Welcome back. I am Mayor Westmoreland, and we have the pleasure of visiting today with the Eagle Mountain City Attorney, Marcus Draper. Marcus, thank you for being with us.
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
So in the past, Eagle Mountain City has had a contractual arrangement with attorneys, but now you are the first full-time city attorney here in Eagle Mountain. So what's it like being in Eagle Mountain?
It's been great. I've had the opportunity to interact with all the city employees and try to set up a legal department based on my experience to what I think works. And it's been a process, but it's been an enjoyable one.
Well, good. Is there anything that you'd like residents to know about you, Marcus? Just let them get to know you a little bit.
Sure. I graduated from BYU Law School in 2008. So I've been practicing for approximately 15 years and spent the last 10 before coming to Eagle Mountain as an assistant city attorney for Provo. So I've been working in municipal law for most of my career, and it's been an enjoyable experience.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Eagle Mountain City is 26 years old now. There is plenty of legal work to do. So what would you like our residents to know about, for example, zoning? Why does zoning exist, and it's just an ongoing effort?
Sure. Zoning exists to set expectations, I think, among property owners in the same neighborhood or in the same area. And so there's been a nationwide movement to sort of deregulate zoning and to decrease the amount of regulations. And one of the reasons we have zoning is to let everybody know, all right, when I'm moving into this neighborhood, this is what I can expect. That these are the type of homes that are going to be placed in this neighborhood. These are the type of uses that people can engage in. Just so that everybody kind of has these expectations set among neighbors, so that we don't have to resort to litigation, and we don't have to, sue our neighbor to enforce CC&Rs or anything like that. I think it makes for a more neighborly approach when everybody kind of is on the same page as to what the neighborhood characteristics should be. And so that's kind of the purpose behind zoning. And so one of the things that we do here at the city is code enforcement, where if people is try to bring people into compliance with zoning rules, which a lot of times people just don't know what they are because it's not something that people really think about a lot.
Right. So zoning exists primarily to keep us out of court the best we can and to manage expectations. If you buy a piece of property, you move into a house, you have some reasonable expectations there.
Yeah, I think people would not like it if they buy a single family home and next door somebody put in a factory or somebody was running a pig farm. While those are perfectly appropriate uses in some areas, I think in places where people live, they don't necessarily want to live next to a rendering factory where the stench would be a nuisance. And so I think being able to set those expectations, all right, these are going to be homes in this neighborhood, and this is going to be an industrial neighborhood, is an appropriate way for the city to help set those expectations through zoning.
So as we work to try to find that balance between regulation and deregulation, then annually we're always scrambling a bit to adjust to any changes at the state that come out of the legislative session. Can you speak to that at all? What's that like?
Sure. Every year during the state legislative session, the state legislature considers somewhere around 800 bills and passes about 500 of them, and many of them affect cities and tell cities what they can and can't do. And so every year they're sort of changing the rules of the game on us, which, in some cases they're just clarifying what they've previously done. In other cases, it's just a completely new change. And so every year we're looking to adjust our rules so that we are complying with what the state's expectations are of cities in here, so that we can abide by the law as well.
Great. So just in case any of our viewers might be thinking, is there really that much work for a city attorney to do, to have a full-time attorney? It's not just about lawsuits and courtrooms and things like that. So you advise council members on, as they try to make the best decisions that they can. on a particular topic, the legalities of it. You advise other staff as they're drafting regulation, code, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, those are the types of things that I do. Litigation obviously is a part of what attorneys do, but at a city level, it's a smaller part of what we do. A lot of what we do, Eagle Mountain's been growing at a tremendous rate. There's been a lot of development going on, and there's a lot of legal requirements the developers have to comply with, and agreements that they make with cities. And they're, again, we go back to zoning. What zoning do we want for a particular development? And there's a lot of legal questions that come up during this process, and so it's very involved. And with a city that's growing at the rate that Eagle Mountain is, that does create a lot of legal work for somebody to do. And whenever we're talking about when the state changes the rules every year, that we have to adjust with our code. And so anytime that we're passing ordinances, we want to make sure we don't run afoul of state or federal law. We want to make sure that we're complying with our constitutional obligations. And sometimes those things are implicated when we're passing laws. It could be something of, all right, we have certain policies about using city parks. Well, that might implicate a First Amendment issue, and so there's lots of legal issues that come up whenever we're adjusting our laws or amending our ordinances.
Well, great. Well, Marcus, we appreciate you being here with the city, helping to keep our laws, our code on target, and helping us deal with other entities, whether it be the county, the state, whoever, and all of the other organizations we talk to have their attorneys as well, and so you're able to communicate with them on a legal level and keep us all pointed in the right direction.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity.
Marcus, thank you for being with us today. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us again, and we will see you again next time.